So first of all, thank you very much for joining the Academic Success Spotlight series on how to use D2L and MyServiceHub. My name is Deidre Lam, and I'm the creator of the Academic Success Spotlight, and I will be your facilitator today. Our panelists are Shaolin Ahmed and Shabnam Gol, and our moderator in the back end is Millie Tian. They are all student staff with student life and learning support. I think the fact that both D2L and MyServiceHub exist really for students, it is just apt for student staff to lead this webinar today. Let me go over a few housekeeping items before we start. If you have questions about the slide we presented, you can ask questions through the Q&A section on Zoom. So if you look at the bottom of your screen on Zoom, then you'll be able to see the Q&A button. Adding an upvote to a question, let us know how important that question is for everyone at the webinar. So just monitor the questions from your peers, as the question being asked might also be the ones that you're interested in. If possible, please save your questions for the Q&A segment at the end of the webinar. Millie will be monitoring all questions, and as such, I will ask that all students be respectful when posing a question. Any inappropriate comments might result in us reporting them to the Non-Academic Integrity Office, and that is definitely not the way to start the school year. We will record the session, and as soon as the recording comes available after the webinar, we will post this on actually a number of platforms, but one place where you will find it is the Math Ready video resource bank, which Millie is going to put the link onto the Google chat for everyone. So make sure you grab that link and save it. You can also enable live captioning at the bottom of the screen. So first of all, let me give you an overview of what to expect in this webinar. We will start off with a land acknowledgement, followed by introductory activity. We will then do a general overview of D2L, and Shaolin will then lead the live demonstration of the D2L. Shabnam is then going to take over and go over the Service Hub, and she'll do, again, both a general overview as well as a live demonstration. We won't be able to show you everything live on MyServiceHub because right now the registration process has not started. So we will have to rely on some of the slides to lead you through, how to add courses, drop courses, swap courses using the slides. Then we will have a Q&A segment. I'm sure you probably have a lot of questions for all the student staff. And then we will also let you know if you have any questions, how do you get in touch with different people to help you with MyServiceHub or D2L. And then we will send you a survey at the end before we send you off for the rest of the day. So let me start off with a land acknowledgement. Toronto is in the Dish with One Spoon territory. The Dish with One Spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and the Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the territory and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. As settlers here in Canada, some by choice and others not, it is important that we recognize and remember that this land, its resources, and its history were stolen from its Indigenous peoples. It is important for us to acknowledge that our opportunity to come here today and to share space with one another is as a result of a long legacy of colonialism. Colonialism, which continues to impact the lives of many Indigenous peoples and communities across Canada today. colonialism that we as settlers continue to benefit from. Land acknowledgements can be uncomfortable and unsettling, as they encourage us to reflect and be critical of our Canadian history. But land acknowledgements alone are merely an invitation to acknowledge ourselves in relation to this history, an invitation to acknowledge how we perpetuate this history, and an invitation to acknowledge how we can contribute to a changing history. And so with this land acknowledgement, I encourage and remind myself and everyone here today to reflect and honor the truths and past of the land on which we sit. Lean into the discomforts that arise when we do, and work actively with this discomfort to seek new learnings and unlearnings about the land we collectively call home. So we're going to go back to Mentimeter. Okay. I can see that there are more people who have joined the session. For those newcomers, I'm going to give you a few minutes. If you either use your phone or open a new tab on your computer and go to menti.com, menti.com, and use the code, enter the code 8746-7427, and let us know which faculty you belong to. Also, this is also going to be the platform we will be using for the Q&A segment later. You guys can type in the questions, we'll read, so everyone can see it. We'll read it out loud live, and then the student staff will be able to answer your question. So the first question was, select the faculty you belong to. So we have 21 attendees. I think the numbers are still climbing. And as I said, we will be using actually menti.com for the Q&A segment. So it's probably a good thing for you to join now. Simply enter menti.com and enter the code 8746-7427 and let us know which faculty you belong to. And it's great. We have a good representation from almost every single faculty, which is great. Okay. I'm going to go to the second question. I'm interested to know which program you're in. So if you can type it in and let me know, that would be great. So we have people from social work, collaborative nursing, new media, business technology, psychology, fashion. Excellent. You know, while all the academic success spotlight, it's you know, a wonderful webinar series, because the aim is to let students know where to find like different services, especially when you guys probably need it when you're actually in your program. But by far, this I think is the most important, because all your coursework is going to be on D2L. If you need to make any you know, signed up for any courses and making changes to any courses, you'll be using MyServiceHub. So just knowing this ahead of time will simply give you an edge, you know, and so that you can just, you know, start the new year knowing exactly how to navigate through these, you know, different platforms. So you just have to really concentrate on your studies. Okay, that's great. So we have students also from math and application, computer science, accounting and finance. That is fantastic. Okay, so going back here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pass the floor to Shaolin.
Thank you, Deidre. Hello, everyone. My name is Shahid Ahmed, and I'm the Math Support Assistant. And today I'll be walking you through the general overview of D2L. So what I'm going to cover is basically how to log into your D2L, how to set up email and text notifications, and the four most commonly used sections. So if I just share my screen, what you're first going to do is you're going to log in to My Toronto MU. And then once you key this in, it's going to prompt you to log in. When you come to this page, you're going to see that you have to fill out your username and password. So for instance, if my TMU email is shalin.ahmed@torontomu.ca, then my username is going to be shalin.ahmed. But you can alternatively use your 9-digit TMU ID for login. And your password is the same one that you set up when you applied to TMU. So once you key in this information, you're going to come to this page. Over here, you're going to click on Online Courses and Organizations, and it's going to bring you to D2L. Also, make sure that you have enabled pop-ups on your computer. So inside the Online Courses and Organizations, you will find all the course shells for your classes. Please note that your professors might still need to enable the course shell for viewing, but rest assured that you will see it on the first day of class. For today's presentation, I'm going to be using the TRSM Math Kickstarter program to lead you through the key features of the learning management system. So first, I'm going to ensure that I'm viewing as a student so that you can see what you'll view as a student. And first thing you will see on any D2L is the announcement page. The section is where professors post reminders or clarifications related to your course. New announcements will always be on top of the previous ones. As well, further information will be posted throughout the course. So students can set up email notifications or announcement updates and also the release of grades by selecting their name on the upper right-hand corner and then selecting notifications. Under contact methods, you can select which email you would want the notifications to be sent to, and also which mobile number to register to receive updates from your courses on D2L. On the same page, if you scroll down, you're going to see instant notifications. You can check off the different scenarios and the type of notifications you would like to receive. If you scroll down further, you can also customize the notifications to allow further courses to send you messages under the customized notification section. Or you can exclude some courses from sending notifications under the exclude some courses section. Once you've selected all of these, you're just going to hit save. Now, let's jump into the four main sections of the D2L. While different professors will set up the course shell differently, these key sections remain the same: the content section, the grade section, the assessment section, and the communication section. Keep in mind that not all professors will program materials in all sections. I suggest exploring your section course shell and trying to find the information presented. So when you select the Content tab, on the side panel, you're going to be able to see the table of contents, course outline, lectures, and other miscellaneous things. Next to the table of content, you will see the number of items present, and students must review the course outline under the content section, as it will give you details, expectations, and deadlines. You will also be able to find information about textbooks and ebooks for the course. In this course shell, there's also a lecture section, and this has 18 items in it. Click on this section and you will be able to see all the subsections. If you click on Day 1 lecture, you will see the class notes and solutions. So now let's jump into the grades section. You will be able to find your grades on homework and tests under the column heading labeled grades, which is pretty straightforward. Now, if we jump into the assessment section, it varies the most amongst professors. Some professors might program quizzes and assignments on D2L, For others, quizzes and assignments will be written on a different platform. Therefore, pay particular attention to your professors when they review their assessment expectations. The communication section is another area that varies the most amongst profs. Not all professors will have a discussion component of the course. If they do, it will be programmed under the discussion section. If group work is in the course, you can see your assigned group members under the group setting. If you want to access all the announcements from your professor, click on the announcement options. In this example, the discussion section outlines the purpose and benefits of participating in the discussion board. It also outlines the etiquette of using the discussion board. If you scroll further down, you will be able to see all the discussion topics. This is especially helpful if you have electives where discussion board participation is a key component of your grades, which was the case for me during my last elective. So be mindful if your professor mentions that you have to participate in discussion boards. So with this, I conclude my presentation on D2L. Of course, if you have any questions, you can ask it in the Q&A session, and I'll be happy to answer. So now I will pass the stage to Shabnam, and she will lead you through the MyServiceHub. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Shaolin. I'm Shabnam, and I'm the Summer Jumpstart Assistant. And now I'm going to go over the MyServiceHub section of this presentation. I will show you the different features of the website. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so to access MyServiceHub, you will need to log in with your Toronto, your TMU username and password at the same place that you logged in to access your D2L account, and Shaolin just showed you. However, this time, instead of clicking on the online courses and organizations, you just have to click on MyServiceHub. On the MyServiceHub, you will see the different sections. And this is essentially a one-step shop for everything that you need to do online. And there's different sections here. There's the Student Center, there's the academic records, there's managed classes, financial accounts, My Communications, your personal profile, and the financial aid. When you log in to MyServiceHub, on the top left, you will see the Student Center icon. There's 5 different sections on the Student Center. You can see the different sections here. The first one is the academics. Here you can see a summary of your academic status. There's links to manage all aspects of your academic information. One of the most widely used features here is the course enrollment option. I will show you in a few minutes how you can do that. The next one is the student fees. So here you can see the charges that have been applied to your account, and you can see the payments that have been made as well. The next feature is the financial aid. So you can see any awards, scholarships, or bursaries that you've received, and the amount will be listed here as well. The personal information, so this includes any home address, your contact information, phone number, and your student ID. So if any of these changes, you can come here and you can edit it here as well. There's links for you to do that. And the last part is the admissions. So you can see the offers of admission that you've received from TMU, and you'll be able to accept or reject them here as well. Now, before we jump to how you can actually enroll in your courses, let's first talk about the difference between these 4 enrollment periods. So course intentions, this is a period when students indicate which courses they want to take in the upcoming year. When you participate in your course intentions, you will be automatically enrolled in your courses. Also, if you participate in your course intentions, you will be able to participate in the next enrollment, which is priority enrollment. This is earlier than the regular enrollment date, and it's specifically for those students who participated in course intentions. This means that if you don't do your course intentions, you cannot add, drop, or swap courses during the priority enrollment. The next one is your regular enrollment date. So all the first, second, third, and fourth year students have a different enrollment date. And you can add, drop, or swap changes here as well. The other one is open enrollment. So this is a period from August 21st to September 15th, and you can change your class schedule, again, add, drop, or swap courses at this time. So now that we talked about the different periods that you can add, drop, or swap, let's actually talk about how you can enroll in your courses. So to enroll in your courses, you can go to the same student center that we just talked about. Under academics, you need to click on the shopping cart. Now, the enrollment shopping cart is a very useful tool. When you want to do your course intentions, you can add your courses to your shopping cart. The shopping cart is essentially a wish list for all of the courses that you want to take later during the enrollment day. You don't need to go through the whole process of searching up the course codes and enrolling. You can just easily go to your shopping cart. All of the courses that you want to take are listed there, and you can just add them to your calendar. And this is why we recommend all students to always add your courses to the shopping cart before the enrollment date. Now, after you click on the shopping cart, you need to select your term, the term that you want to add a course to. Click continue. Now you just need to write the course code and search for the class. So this will be the course code and the number that is in front of it. Click search. And then you will see a list of the class with different sections that will come up. And you can just choose the one that you want based on the time and the professor and the information that is listed here. Click next and just confirm. Always remember that enrollment is a two-step process. So when you first do these process that I just showed you, the course will just be added to your shopping cart. If you want this course to be added to your actual calendar and your course schedule, you need to enroll. So now just click on the enroll option and finish enrolling. And the course will be added to your schedule. The next option is how you can drop a course. So again, in your student center, the same tab, your academics, you need to click on enroll, drop, and swap courses. Click on the drop tab. Select the term that you want to drop a course from. From the list of your classes, just choose the course that you want to drop and drop. Read through this notification, and if you agree, click OK. And you just need to finish dropping for now. And that's a success. The course has been removed from your schedule. Now, in order for you to swap a course, you again need to go to the same tab, but this time, click on the swap tab. Choose your term. Click on the course that you want to swap and choose the class that you want to swap with. So here you can just search for the class that you want to swap. Now, this can be the same class, just a different section, or a whole different course that you want to swap to. Click search. You will see the list that will come up, the one that you're interested, just click select, next, and just finish swapping. And the course will be swapped from your schedule. Now I'm just going to switch to live demonstrations, and I will show you the other sections of MyServiceHub. So once you log in with your TMU username and password, you will be taken to the MyServiceHub. We already talked about the Student Center. I'm just going to talk about the academic records for now. So there's different sections on the academic records. The first one is your course history. So here you can see that there's a list of the courses that are in progress. These are the courses that I'm planning to take in winter and fall. There's a couple that are in my shopping cart, so I'm planning to add these to my schedule during the enrollment period. And you can also see that the courses that I've taken previously are listed here as well. So your course history is essentially a list of all of the courses that you've taken so far or are planning to take. Under view grades, you can see the different terms. So if you click on each, you can see the grades that you've received from each of these terms. The unofficial transcript, so this is free. You can just submit a request and you will receive a document. This contains all of the courses that you've taken so far and the grades. Your program, so this contains your program information. For me, that's biomedical sciences. You can see my major, my program, my career, everything is listed here in details. The next one is your advisement report. So this is a very useful tool. When you want to add courses to your schedule, you can first check with your advisement report, see if the course that you're planning to take actually satisfy your degree requirements. There's a list of different courses, the electives, liberals, everything's listed there. And you'll see if you need to take another course or your course is good to go. The next one is official transcript. So you might need this for maybe a job that you're applying for, or you might need it for grad school. You need to pay $18 and you'll receive your official transcript. Again, it contains grades for all of the courses that you've taken so far and your program's information. Requesting a letter. So if you need a letter, if you need TMU to approve your enrollment, or if you need to send it to another institution, you can submit a request here and there's different options. You will receive a letter. The Chang certificate is for those students who are studying in Chang school and now they want to transfer to TMU. This is where you can apply for that. The next features the plan or change your major, your concentration. This is not something that is available for all students. Some programs have a major and concentration, some don't. So if your program does have a major or concentration, this is where you can change it. And you can also request withdrawal, short-term and permanent. This one is for your transfer credit. So let's say you've studied in another university before and you have another program that you finished. Here you can submit your transfer credits and then you can view and see if they've been approved. And later when you finish your degree requirements, this is where you can apply for graduation. The next feature is manage classes. Okay, so for those of you who haven't done enrollment yet, this is where you will probably use MyServiceHub the most. You can see your classes here. So if you click on each of the terms, you will see a list of classes that you're taking and the classes that are in your schedule. So you can see the information like the dates, the time and the room, and even your instructor. The enrollment date, so for each term, you can see a list of the open enrollment period, course intentions, everything will be listed there in terms of when you can add, drop, or swap courses. The next features the class search, add class, drop, and swap. We already talked about it. This is just another place that you can add, drop, or swap courses from. It's the same that we mentioned. Your enrollment shopping cart, so this is where the courses that you added to your shopping cart will be visible. The next one is your weekly schedule. So this one is clear. You'll see your weekly schedule that you can download and save it on your phone maybe. And the next feature is the course catalog. So this is actually a very useful feature. You can see a list of all of the courses that are offered at TMU. The different sections, everything will be listed here. So you can even see the courses offered years ago. This is a very useful tool if you want to take a specific course. You can search it here and see if it's going to be offered in this semester or maybe next semester, and you can plan for your schedule accordingly. Okay, so I'm just going to switch back to the slides and I will show you the rest of MyServiceHub. So the next one is the financial account. So here you can see your account inquiry. So this one will show you your account balance for each term. The account balance again shows your tuition and your current balance. The charges due, this one shows you when you can pay your tuition and the details of that. The payment history, so after you pay your tuition every term, you will see the list there, and it's the payments that you've basically made to university. The next item is my communications. So this is how TMU will communicate, especially with first-year students, in case they need you to submit any documents, if you need to edit any personal information, or if you are just eligible for entrance scholarship or any other scholarship, this is where TMU will contact you and you will be able to see that email here as well. The next one is your personal profile. So again, this one will have your name, your student ID, your home address, contact information. And if any of these changes, you can come here and you can edit it. And the last feature is the financial aid. So you will see a list of scholarships, bursaries, or awards that you've received, and you will see the amount here as well. And that is it from my end. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'm just going to pass it to Deidre.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Fabulous presentation. Let's me share my screen again. 1 second. Let me see where we are. All right, so before we jump into the Q&A segment, I just want to share with you. Give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. So Millie is going to attach the survey that we have. We really appreciate students to give us feedback on what you have learned from this session, as well as that you find very useful, as well as if you can think of anything that you would like us to include in this webinar in the future, definitely give us some feedback. This feedback form is totally anonymous. We don't know who's filling it out, but as soon as you hit the submit button and you will see a thank you message, there will be another Google form attached to it. Click on that and you can enter your name for an event draw. So if I remember correctly, I think we have about over 100 $21 one card prizes. And we also have, I think, 10 $100 one card prizes. So what are one card? One card is essentially your student ID that you'll be getting in August. And there are many uses for your one card. So your ID will allow you to borrow books, to borrow technologies, for example, a laptop for school. And it will also allow you to load money into the one card so that you can actually buy food on campus. You can buy your books from the bookstore. Definitely, if you have to do any printing on campus, usually those are, you have to pay for it. So you can use your one card. I think you just have to tap and then you'll be able to print. So it's very, very useful. So we thought perhaps, the best prizes is giving you the money, loading into your one card, and then you can decide how you want to use it. Okay, so the next thing is, give me 1 second. So now I'm going to come back to the Q&A segment, and I'm going to go to the third section. So for those who join us only recently, because I can see we have quite a lot of participants, We have 22, and I think when we first joined, we were at like 21 or so. So we definitely have some new people joining us. Go to your phone or open a new tab on your computer and just simply type in menti.com and enter the code 87467427. And then you can type your question there so that we can all see it. And then I'll read it out loud and then either direct it to Shaolin or Shabnam. If you want a perspective from Millie on the back end, she'll be happy to answer those questions for you as well. So I'm going to give you some time to write your questions. Alternatively, if you have a hard time going into Mentimeter, you can also use the Q&A function, and then I can read it out loud as well. Okay, so first of all, the first question is how do web log into D2L on our phone? Shaolin or Millie?
So on your phone, it's the same process as you would do it on a laptop. But one thing you all might want to be familiar with is Google Authenticator. So it's basically sort of like a two-factor authentication for when you log in. And I think you will soon get instructions on how to set up Google Authenticator from TMU, like you would receive an email. But yeah, download that app right now because it prompts you to enter a code when you're logging in for the first time, and then you can save your device for 30 days. Like save your device for login information for 30 days. So other than that, for the phone and the website, it's the same process. You don't have like a separate D2L app, if that's what you're
right.
asking.
Yeah, there's no app. So you have to, basically go to a web, go to your, I think Google page, and then you will type my.toronto.ca, and then it will ask you for your TMU email, and then you go through the authentication process. Yeah, for those of you who are interested to know how to set up your authentication, download the Google Authentication app. I do believe if you go into Toronto, I'm going to show it here, mu.ca and /CCS, so that's the Communication and Computer Services. And you come to this page. Then you will learn about, hold on, let me see where it is. CCS. Oh, yeah, so down here it says find two-factor authentication support. Click in here and you'll be able to get all the information. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let me take this and I'm going to enter it here for you at the web chat. Okay, now let's go back to here. Oh, we have a lot of questions.
Dmitry, before you move on, I attached another link and
Yes.
it guides you through the steps of how to do it for your mobile device, whether it's an iOS or Android. I think it's a subsection of the same link that you sent, but I just put it in the chat for anyone to
Okay, great.
access.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, so let me take a look. Okay, let me go down the list. How about that? Okay, so the first column, how to put Chang school courses into our schedule. That's a good question. I do believe it's the same process, but the best thing to do is they have academic advisors in Chang School, and you should get in touch with them, and then they will be able to help you.
I can answer that, Dmitry.
Oh, Shannon, great. Thank you.
Yeah. So for Chang School in general, every course is the same. You just need to add a C at the beginning of the course code. So if you have a biology course, the code will be BLG. If you just search BLG, the regular school will show up. If you type in a C at the beginning, so CBLG, that will be the Chang School courses. But not all courses will be offered in Chang School. So you can check when you're adding courses to your shopping cart, just add a C and see if it comes up in the list. If it doesn't, then it's not offered through Chang School.
Great. Okay, the next question. I can only see one of the 5 courses in my D2L right now. So will they be added later, or is it a problem with mine? Who wants to take that question? Shabnan and Shaolin or Millie?
I think for the courses that haven't been added, it's still early. Sometimes you will get the courses added about a few days before the classes actually start. So you might see some of them at the beginning of September. And that's completely normal. Just because the professors need to change the content and they need to upload everything. So it's completely normal if you don't see the other courses. You will see them once even the semester starts. So you have until like even the first week of September to see your courses on D2L.
Yes, that is definitely correct, because I teach as well, and I think this moment in time, a lot of professors are still adding content to their D2L course shell. So they have made it invisible at the moment for students because they want to make sure all the content are there before they actually enable for viewing for students. So, but I would probably say typically your first day of class, by then you will be able to see the course shell, because your professor usually go over the course shell with you on the first day of class. Okay, the next question, the second column. As of right now, not all the names of the professors and TAs are on my schedule are released. Around what time should we expect to know their names? Again, very good questions. I think because right now they are still looking at, you know, how many students will be taking the courses, and so perhaps even the number of sections are not completely determined yet. I would probably say in about the middle of August. By then, I think you'll be able to know your professors, although TA might be coming a little bit later. Shabnam, am I correct?
Yes, that's totally correct. It's just that for TAs, usually you won't see their names on MyServiceHub. That's just because the TAs get hired at the beginning of the September and their names will not be on MyServiceHub. The way to find out who your TA is just to wait for your tutorial section to start, and then you will usually get an email and they will introduce themselves and you'll see which section and which TA you have. But other than that, you can't really tell who your TA is until the classes start.
Mm-hmm. The next questions are Chang School courses available for summer school? Absolutely, yes. As a matter of fact, I think in the summer they have a lot of offerings, but as Shabnam says, not all courses are available in the Chang School. So you just have to do a search by putting a C in front of the normal regular class. So for example, if you're taking MTH 240, if you want to see if that is being offered in the Chang School, simply put in a C. So C MTH 240, for example. Another question, would we be able to log into Award Spring now that we have our TMU emails? Who will know that question?
Award Spring was always available even when you didn't have your TMU email. That, if I'm recalling correctly, because it contains all of the bursaries and scholarships and all of that information, right? So I accessed that when I was still applying to TMU. So you should have be able to access it even without your TMU email.
Oh, okay, great. Charlene, can you do a search and see where
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Yeah.
what that website is, and maybe post it on the web chat for everyone? Fantastic.
It does say sign in with your school account. Scholarship.
If you have to sign in with your school account, although you don't have your username because you haven't set up your TMU email, you can also use your student ID number. Okay, that will
Yes.
also allow you to sign in.
That will definitely work.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next question is, when is course intention for the next school year? If we do course intentions, then are we automatically enrolled into our next school year courses?
Yes, so for course intentions right now, the period for fall and winter is over. But for next year, yes, if you do your course intentions in time, you usually have a couple of days to do it, but if you do it on time, then you will be automatically enrolled in your courses. If, of course, there's space available and if the course is offered. So sometimes you will see that the course gets dropped. That's usually because it's not offered. And also, I just wanted to share this in the chat. So this is the link for the TMU significant dates. If you click on the link, it will take you to a website and there's a calendar view for all of the dates and all of the deadlines, all of the course intention days, everything will be listed there. When is OSAP due? Everything will be there. So you can just add that to your Google Calendar and you can set it to send you reminders and everything will be available on your Google Calendar. You don't need to search it up every time you're looking for enrollment dates. You can just see it on your calendar every day. So I recommend that everyone does that because it's really easy to forget when enrollment is or when the time starts. But if you add it to your Google Calendar, it'll be really easy.
That is a great suggestion. All right, the next question, when will our courses be added to D2L? Oh, and I think we mentioned that before. In terms of your courses, I mean, being able to see on D2L, definitely by the first day of your class. Another question about the award spring. In the award spring, the scholarships shown are till June only. So when will the new ones show up so that we can apply?
Well, each scholarship is different, right? Some are coming from like other institutions, some are from within TMU. So it would really depend, like you would have to keep tabs on Award Spring to see that. I will search up a link for the scholarships provided within TMU to see the dates, but I think it will differ between each like award. On the 23 application. Yes, so the page that I'm looking at, I will send it in the chat. It lists some of the featured external scholarship opportunities, and it also contains the deadline to apply for these scholarships. And if you click in each individual link, it will probably tell you the criteria for like eligibility. So just check out this link. It should answer most of your questions.
Thank you. All right, so here I have one question that says, I register for 4 courses via the visual schedule builder with no course intention period, but would it be the same process for when selecting winter courses with course intentions via MyServiceHub? Shatnan?
Sorry. Yeah, so for course intentions, Visual Schedule Builder is usually not available. So Visual Schedule Builder will only be available during the regular enrollment period, as far as I know. So you cannot use it for your course intentions. You can do your course intentions the way that we just showed you. So just going to your student center or to the academic records, and that's how you can add or drop swap courses.
All right. Okay, have I answered this question? When is course intention for the next week? Okay, I think we did that. Okay. Let's see. When or how will I know when my entrance scholarship has been applied to my financial account on MyServiceHub? Shabnam, any idea?
I think by the beginning of the September, it should be available. You should see it in the My Communications, and there should be information on when it will be applied to your financial account. But once you start to set up, you will be able to see it, I think, by the beginning of the September semester.
Would we need to pay additional fees for summer school courses? Yes, if you're going to go through Chang School, well, actually, if you take any courses, whether it's with your regular faculty, day program, or through the Chang School, you have to pay additional fees. Yes, and Chang School courses, be mindful, are always more expensive than your day program. Shabnam, Charlene, or Millie, do you have anything to add about that?
No, that's correct.
Okay. Okay, there are only old scholarships available on Award Spring right now. So when will the new ones be added? I think that is the same question from another student. And if you take a look at your webinar chat, Charlene has attached the link for the current student scholarship awards. But just keep checking. I think there probably might be more coming along. Although I would say, usually all the awards, I think you should be able to see by the June ones are probably the current ones, I believe. All right, I can see that there are two questions. Let me see if there are more here. One more. Is there course intention for, one additional question. Is there course intentions for the spring summer semester, or when are you able to select courses for this term? Chapman, Shaolin, or Millie? Any insight?
Yeah, so I don't think there is a course intention for spring and summer. Also, when the period is coming, you will see an email. So they will send you an email and remind you about course intentions. So usually what I do is I just wait for that email because it contains detailed information about what to do, what's the benefit of course intention, and everything will be in the email. And to add courses for your spring and summer, I think you can do it in the mid to by the end of the winter term. And for now, the available periods that you can change your courses will be your regular enrollment date, and then open enrollment, which is a period until September 15 that you can change courses if there's any spot available. But course intentions and the priority enrollment is already over.
Okay. I have one question here, and the student says, how do we apply to ASL courses or any language course? I tried to take the placement test and it was unavailable. Okay. The student who write this question, may I ask, are you looking at the Chang School? Because I thought ASL is only offered in Chang School. Maybe I was wrong. Or are you looking at the day program? Can you just let me know if it's Chang School program you're looking at or the day program you're looking at? Ah, you're looking at the day program. Okay, good question. I think the best thing to do is connect with the language department. And Millie, can you take a look to see if there is a contact number the student might be able to call for the language program? It could very well be the placement test right now is unavailable. They might be doing some update. Actually, I was actually thinking of taking a language course myself, because as staff, we have lower tuition for taking courses on campus. And actually, I remember I was trying to click onto the placement test, and that link wasn't working for me either. So I'm pretty sure probably at this moment in time, they are just doing you know, some maintenance. But let's see if Millie can find a contact number or someone you can connect with the language department. I can see that there are two questions in the Q&A, so I'm going to read that. Number one, when will we get our at Toronto MU student email ID? Shatnan, Shaolin? Okay, that's great. So Millie found the email to the program administrator, Wendy Krolla, and you can email her and let her know that the placement test link is not working, and also ask her how to apply for ASL. Shatman and Sheldon, any insight as to when students will get their at Toronto MU student email ID?
Yes, I'm just looking that up to find the exact date. It's definitely within August, so like I'm pretty sure mid-August to later August.
Yes.
But let me just see if I can find the exact date for it. But rest assured, you should be able to find it like by August.
As a
By
matter
the
of
end of August.
did you find it?
Oh wait. Apply online. Okay, so there's one card pickup dates and times, and the one card pickup time starts from August 28th.
Yes, but I think
That's
setting
for
up,
one card.
yeah, setting up ID is a little bit earlier.
Yeah, setting up
I
IDs earlier.
remember, hold on, I remember we okay, let's try this. So if we search TMU email activation. Oh, there you go. I saw it. There's a page. Students account. Yep. So for this page, so I'm going to send it to everyone in the chat box. If you go here, you'll be able to see the student category and the timeline. So late July. So which one is that? Applicants who have been formally admitted to Toronto TMU program will convert to student status according to the following timelines. Okay, so once you have been converted into the student status, then down below, there will be instructions on activating your online identity, which is your username and setting up your TMU email. So go to this page. Here it says if you do not have an online identity, complete the online identity activation form. Okay, so you can do it through this link. All right, another question. Hold on. Another question is, how can I update my study permit status on MyServiceHub?
Can you elaborate can the student elaborate what they mean by study permit status? Because I'm an international student and I don't think I had to update anything on MyServiceHub.
Mhm.
All they ask for is your SIN number and eventually, but your study permit does not need to be entered on MyServiceHub from what I can recall.
Emily?
Yeah, for me, it was the same too. But I'm just wondering if they're looking for like changing from part-time to full-time. I'm not sure what kind of study permit, but for me as an international student, I didn't really have to update my permit there.
Yeah, but you definitely need your SIN number though. Because if your the SIN number, I think the expiry date is the same as your study permits date. Am I correct, Millie?
Yes.
Yeah, so from there, that's how they know if you are valid to be a student on at TMU on campus. Okay, I hope I answered that question for you. If not, perhaps expand on that question in your Q&A and we'll try to answer it. Here, let me see if there's any more questions. Okay, I think we have answered all the questions. Let me go back to our D2L and just want to show you here. Okay. So first of all, if you have any questions about MyServiceHub, there is a feature called Ask ServiceHub, and they're open 24/7. And so you will see the link here. So it's https torontomu.intellaresponse.com. So this is the link that you get access to Ask ServiceHub. Now, as for D2L, the best thing to do will be reach out to your professor if you have any questions about it, and they will be able to help you, lead you through their course shell. Because as I said, every professor sort of, in terms of the content they put into the D2L might be a little bit different. So therefore, talking to your course professor will probably be the best. Okay, apparently there are a couple of other questions. So so thank you. Would it be best, would it be the best option to drop the course and take another required course this semester?
I think I was just typing the answer to it. I think it's a follow-up question. This student was put in a wait list. They're not sure if they should drop the course and take the other required course because it might hinder them being in the wait list. So I would recommend the student to continue staying in the wait list and also enroll in the other course that is available. And if you ended up getting into the course that you are waitlisted in, you can either choose to drop any of the courses later on because the deadline to drop courses are a little bit later on. But you also still have the option in case you didn't get into the course, you will be in the other course. So I say stay in the wait list, but also enroll in the other ones.
That's a good question. And also to remind all the first year students, there is a time period where you can drop the course without any penalty and you get a full refund. So make sure when you look at the significant date, there is one link that Shaolin, I think, put in the chat box earlier. Go into the significant dates. It will tell you the drop date where you get a full 100% fee reimbursement, and also that means you're also dropping without any penalty. Meaning, if you happen to be doing some work for the course, even if you drop, it's not going to affect your GPA. All right, I have one other question, and that is in my View My Classes page in MyServiceHub, when the room states virtual classroom, does that mean the class is taught online, even though the location says in person and downtown? Good question.
I think that just means that you have the option to do both. If it's a virtual classroom, then you can probably take the class online as well.
It probably is asynchronous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not sure, though, the best thing to do will be, definitely perhaps email MyServiceHub and ask them for more clarification. Okay. Okay, there's one other question, then that is, what is the due date to select a liberal for undergraduate students? Chapman, Charlene, or Millie?
Yeah, so for courses, it's just the same for any course. Liberals is not different from electives or your core courses. So until the open enrollment is open, you can change your schedule or add any course. It doesn't matter if it's liberal or any other course.
Okay, great.
If you're confused as to what a liberal course is, I'll provide a link. And basically you can take a look at the courses offered in the fall semester, and whichever course you like, you can just the course code is also attached next to it, so you can just go into MyServiceHub and use the course code to enroll in that class. I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Also, Deidre, I just want to add course enrollment for course intentions for winter semester is still open, not the fall, but the winter is still open, and it starts on August 21st. And I'll just put the link to the website that has the dates and how to do course intention in the chat box as well.
Thank you. Excellent. Great. So I think that's all the questions we have. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for joining today. I hope this session is helpful to all of you in your academic journey at TMU. And I certainly wish all of you the best of luck. Have tons of fun. TMU is a really very, very unique place, and I hope you enjoy it. And before you leave, Millie is going to link the survey again in the chat box. Please fill it out, give us some feedback, but also don't forget to make sure you enter your name in for the event draw. Oh, I think I have a couple questions here as well. Are you still able to edit your timetable for the fall semester through the Visual Schedule Builder, even after finishing your selection with Get the Schedule? I have a class that I'm waitlisted for, and it's highly likely I won't get in with the position I'm in. So I wasn't sure if I could select a different course in its place. Shabnam, Charlene, or Millie? Can the students still edit their time?
I think if it's during the enrollment period, you can change your schedule as many times as you want. And you can just keep going to Visual Schedule Builder and get different schedules and then get this schedule again and again, as long as it's during the enrollment period.
When is the enrollment period again, Millie?
I believe it's, let me check it again. If Shabnan and Shaolin knows, they can answer it as well. I'm not sure on the dates.
Open enrollment is from, I think, August 21st to September 15th.
Okay, great. So August 21st is when you can make any changes. Okay, so hopefully that will help you, Catherine. Okay, excellent. All right. If there are no more questions, then we're going to end the day. Again, as I said, thank you so much for coming. And I wish all of you all the best.